Hey everybody, what's going on? Juan here, welcome back to the channel, and for this video, I'm going to be showcasing a game that I've been loving for the past week or so, and that is Hades. Now, some people may have heard of this game because it is an Epic Game Store exclusive, so it is an early access game that is currently only available on PC, and it's not on Steam. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people maybe initially heard about this game, but then it really just went under the radar. And this is made by Supergiant Games, and Bastion, Transistor, do I need to say any more? But I've been looking for the next Dead Cells. I beat the vanilla version of Dead Cells, and I love that game, but I've wanted to experience other games like it, and each one that I've tried, I don't know, I just really haven't felt the magic. But with this one, I really did. But as you can see, it is slightly different from Dead Cells. It's definitely got that Transistor vibe, but I want to take you all the way back so you see exactly what this game is like. So they actually do a pretty good job of, even though it's a roguelike game where every time you're going to die and you're going to be trying to escape, you're actually trying to escape the underworld because you are the son of Hades and you want to get out of here. You're done. You're sick and tired. So every time, the goal of the game is to be able to escape. Now, you do have some temporary upgrades, you do have some permanent ones, and you can get all of these things here. You see on the lower right, I do have some currency. Now, these things reset, but here you can actually, use some currency and things like keys to obtain other things. I'm going to be showcasing her just a little bit later because the goal for this video, I've been able to beat the first boss. I won't say how many times it took me to beat her, but I'm going to be trying again, and hopefully I don't fail you in this video. But this is the upgrades. These are the permanent upgrades. As you can see, I've actually gotten a fair amount of them, including this one, Death Defined. So every time that I die, I actually get revived with 20% health, and I have 2 of those, so I should be doing pretty good. There's a couple of other ones, but rather than talk about them here, I want to take you over to the next room, which this is your bedroom. You can actually go to bed in this game, and with the lore, sometimes when you go to bed, you get some cutscenes and things like that. I'm not going to spoil the story, even though personally I don't play for the story. I play it for this part right here. So you start out with the sword. You can see the sword's pretty good. You have your basic attack. You have your special attack, which is this one. And then you have these stones that you can use that really deal some nice damage. You can combine things. So, for example, this guy has 3 of them right now. So he actually gets bonus damage the more stones that I have. You initially only start with 1, but with upgrades you can get more. But I thought that this was going to be my weapon. I tried the spear. It's not really for me. Let me know if you've played the game, which is your weapon of preference. I tried the bow and arrow. Wasn't really feeling it, but then I tried the shield. And the shield is really nice because not only do you get this basic attack, if you hold the button, you can actually charge, and this actually shields you from the enemy. So it's got a 3-in-1 and just 1 button. But then you have this attack that's kind of like a boomerang, although you temporarily can't attack because you're throwing it Captain America style. And then you have this. And then you have the dash. So without further ado, let's actually get to playing the game. Now, I have always been bad at talking while playing, so there are going to be parts of the game where I'm showing the gameplay, but I'm maybe not talking all that much. That's because I don't want to look like an idiot. I do that way too much. If you've watched my 2 Extreme video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So every time that you begin the game, you get some random upgrades. You get to choose one of these. These are temporary. Usually, I tend to go with the ones that help with the true shot. This one right here, the powerful ranged attack, because this not only buffs everything else, it does do substantial damage. So the way things happen is that you clear an area. This initial one is always the same. And then you see at the end, there's this orb or item in there. So it lets you know that the next room, if I complete it, I get that currency, and that's the currency that I need to get upgrades. But you actually get to choose sometimes between each room. Now, what's really different about this game is these are traps, so let me actually show you. Not only do these damage you, they can actually damage the enemy as well, although it's challenging trying to sort of divide everything. Those purple ones, you want to get rid of them really fast because that ray is really annoying. And I actually got up to the second boss in that run where I beat the first boss. I don't think that's going to be happening here, but I want to be able to just show you the first part because like I mentioned, I feel like this game is just not being talked about enough. Okay, this is one of the bigger enemies, so what I like to do is triple stack. Okay, but this one did not have a shield. If they have a shield, it's a completely different story. You'll see a yellow bar if they have one. See, you can do that, and that dash attack, if there were two enemies, you would actually hit both. You see that wall slam also has a damage buff. But I feel like eventually this game has to come to consoles. It's just early access exclusive on Epic Game Store. And let's not forget that Dead Cells was at an early access for a very long time. And people knew about it, but it wasn't until it came out in consoles that people were like, whoa. Including myself, because I could totally play it beforehand, but I just didn't. So much like Dead Cells, the key to this game really is the dodging. And there is a pattern. Thing is, like right now, because we're just getting the ball rolling, there's not that many enemies, but especially in the second world, there are so many things going on. Like, especially with that second boss, there's a point where I literally just stopped playing. I'm like, man, too much, too overwhelming. I need some upgrades. Maybe somebody else can get the job done in their first try. So here's a really good example. If I choose the left one, what happens is if I clear that room, I will get more health. If I choose the right one, I'm going to get more coins. And remember that the coins, they sometimes give you these shops that give you more health and things like that. So I'm actually going to do that because I have 85 health and I have an upgrade that doesn't come in by default, where every room that I go into, it does heal me a little bit, so it does make a somewhat of a difference. See, I got 75. We're not doing bad. Now, the right one is to continue, and I would get some of the purple gems, but the left one is the store. So let me actually show you that. The store is random, but usually they'll give you a health item, so as you can see, it does give you that. And look at that. So I can get bonus health or more gems. I'm gonna do bonus health just to show you. And I do appreciate that there is some lore in the game. Let me actually let you hear that.
Ferry me up to the surface, seeing as it's not out of your way.
That voiceover, though.
I'll take that as a no.
But if you're looking for something like Dead Cells and you really want a little bit more story, I think Dead Cells is more... It's not as obvious with its story. This game, it is more noticeable that they're trying to do that. So this is like a mini boss battle. You always face these two in different scenarios. I was expecting the other one that I usually get. So let me just stay quiet and see if I can clear this. I don't like getting spammy with the wall attack, because it really doesn't give you, it doesn't cost all that much damage, but you're constantly canceling out their attacks, so it's a little safe.
Plentiful. Why, it must be the opposite of everything to which you are accustomed.
There you go. Okay, so here we go. Your attack deals more damage, so that's the basic attack. The dash does some things. I'm actually going to do that. They actually lay out, you know, which are rare, which are epic, so obviously I'll go with the more difficult one that's hard to obtain. But if you've played other roguelike games, let me know which ones you like. I always get confused between roguelite, roguelike. Like, I played Enter the Gungeon. I played a fair amount of them, but a lot of them, they just don't keep my attention for a long time. These dudes, you really want to be careful, those bigger guys, because they charge you. Now, you saw in the opening menu that they actually let you know how long it'll be till the next update. What I like is that each update is very substantial. So I started playing this game a week ago, but it was like 3 days before the next update. I'm not going to do this. What they do is like a risk reward. So you go down in there and you get to choose which upgrade you would like, and then it's like, oh, so try to survive the next X amount of waves or whatever, and you get the upgrade. This is very similar, so I'm actually going to open up this one. So what it does is that it gives you more enemies in the same room. Clear the room, and then you get an estimated amount of gems or currency, depending how quickly you get the job done. This is where the sword is actually a little bit more helpful, because the sword, with the special attack, it covers a wide area, whereas the shield can bounce between enemies. But for these purple dudes, I don't like it. Like right now, if you notice, they're hovering, so I can directly walk over to them. So I did it, but I can't say I'm proud of how I got the job done.
Thank you.
So as you can see, I got 89. Oh, there we go. Now I got the 89. I am using an Xbox One controller, which to me is the optimal way to play this game. You can use mouse and keyboard, but I don't know why you would. So this actually became part of the latest update, if I'm not mistaken, although it depends on when you when you're watching this video. This is like a survival room. So Hades is like, dude, you're doing too good. I want you to die. Survive X amount, otherwise you don't get to progress. So regardless of how good you're doing here, enemies will continue to show up. And I forgot to mention that, as you can see, you actually got to pick up the gems after a certain amount of time or after you kill the enemy. Okay, this is not going well. Give me a second. You see the yellow bar. And see, like, I'm the dumb idiot that's actually... I'm getting attacked by the traps, even though I know they're there. Okay, survived. This is a weapon upgrade. So this is my preferred one initially, because you see that if I want to do that charge attack, it does take like 1 or 2 seconds to get it going. Usually I'll do this upgrade, and then if I get this tier of upgrades again, I'll get this one, because armor, like almost all the enemy has armor as you get towards the later parts of each session. So this is a dude that's going on in between. I don't really deal with that one too much. And this game's just so beautiful to look at. It reminds me, it doesn't look anything like Dead Cells, but both games artistically are just stunning to look at. And this is something that you're going to be going back to time and time again, right? So I think that is essential in a game like this. If you notice, one of my strategies is that I'll try to do the special attack before they even spawn, so that way the moment they spawn, I already get some damage in. Oof. Got that. What do we got for upgrades? Heartbeat Strike. Your attack deals more damage and inflicts weak. I'm always going to go with that one. One of my favorite ones is that it'll give it like a lightning buff, so not only will it attack one enemy, it'll attack the ones around them. Now, don't quote me on this, but I believe if it has like that skull on the side, it means that you get some more gems as a result, but they are more difficult enemies. And with the keys, that's what you use to unlock the upgrades that you can over time continue to upgrade. Upgrades that you upgrade. I mean, it's technically right. Or the weapons. As you saw, I've yet to unlock some weapons, but that's because in my case, I want to get good at one weapon, instead of just having all of them and being mediocre at all of the above. But seriously, don't be afraid to recommend other games like this, because I realized that as much as I did not care for this genre, the moment that Dead Cells was inserted into my life, I'm like, damn it, I think I found a genre. And it sounds weird that I'm upset at that, but I always thought I was like a very broad gamer, and I am. I mean, if you look at the channel, I play a little bit of everything. But usually my attention span with games is rather poor. I play games 30 minutes at a time. But with roguelikes, Immortal Redneck is a video that is available on the channel, and it scratches that same itch. With these games, I can play them for an hour, hour and a half, take a break, come back. So the key is always to make the traps work for you. What I like is that not only are the rooms different, like the order, but because the upgrades vary so much, the upgrades that you get temporarily during these runs. Like right now, this is very different than the run that I had for the first boss. So will I beat her? I honestly don't know. I have the health, and the fact that I have the 20% thing if I die means that I'm almost confirmed or guaranteed to beat her, which I really hope I do, because I'm saying that right now. And I think that this is a really good game for even like a casual gamer, because you see the numbers go up. You die, but then you figure out, oh, wait a minute, I get a boost now. Okay, that's awesome. So there's always just a little something going on. And we should be getting close to the boss, actually. So as you can see, I have enough for this. And this, I don't have enough for that, but I'm actually at full health right now. Now in these rooms, let's see if this actually happens. Sometimes there is some hidden gold, especially around this area. Nope. But if you ever play this game, you should always consider that. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Whew.
It's been a while, Zagreus.
Oh man.
You must
Oh
have been
man.
pretty far last time. Let's
I've beaten you once before. You've beaten me like 10 times, but...
how very fl-
Oh man. First thing, I like to do that. Don't expect a lot of conversation with me right now. Okay, so right now she's going to be spawning some enemies. Okay, not yet, not yet. Yep, there we go. This is my first time facing her ever since I beat her the first time. So I don't know if anything actually changes. I'm really hoping. But that attack is different. She had, okay. Hey, don't change the plan. I'm recording right now. Don't make me look bad. Okay, that wasn't part of the deal. The deal was you make me look good in the video. So let's clear this area just a little bit, not too much. We're gonna attack her there. That being said, as you can see, I'm doing pretty good. She's already at less than half health, but I can't tell if this is more difficult, because before, what she used to do I thought was a little bit more threatening. This is just a matter of getting far away from her. Because I have the shield and I can quickly get away from her, I feel like it's actually slightly easier now. You gotta love the shield. I mean, if that doesn't... Okay, there we go. So things did change a little bit there. Not too much, but... You may be thinking of, like, is the strategy best to just ignore the small enemies and focus on her? I don't know. I try to do a little bit of both. Oof. Okay, okay. We got this. My goal is to not die during this run and to be able to show you this. Okay, there she is. Oh, no, 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 no. And boom. Boom. Okay. I keep falling into those damn spikes. We almost got her. Yes! Oh, thank you. I believe that if you've been subscribed to the channel, I have redeemed myself of that vicious, terrible to extreme video. Actually, no, I don't think I can ever redeem myself from that. That was awful. But let me just show you the next room, just so you see what actually ends up happening, because what I love is these areas are so beautiful. So kind of like Dead Cells, there are these in-between rooms. So as you can see, you can do that. You do get a shop. So right now, I can restore life. I can use this. I'm going to be doing this right now. So I'm going to be increasing my casting. Now, this is interesting. I don't have any of that currency. I thought I would get it in this run. But you get some flasks that you can actually give them as a gift to another character. And in return, they give you these different buffs. As you can see, I have the Old Spike Collar, and it is rank 2. But you can move around over here and see this one is receive 100 in coin to spend as you please whenever you start a run. But if you clear 25 encounters while wearing that, it'll rank up more. So just think about all of the different things that this game gives you. I know that if you're a PC gamer, you're probably on the fence of getting a game like this because you're like, oh, Steam, Epic Game Store, I want all my games in one place. Look, I get it, but this game is so damn good. It is worth going to the Epic Game Store, buying it at, I believe it is $19.99 right now. The rooms do change, so I love that. The fact that this entirely different area is now available. And as I mentioned, I got up until the second boss in this game. So eventually, I do plan on covering this game when it's maybe closer to the full release. So that way I can compare like, hey, this is what the game was like in May 2019. Let's find out how it is, all the way whenever this game comes out. So please go to the comment section and let me know what you thought about Hades. And if you like this video, if you like what I do, consider hitting that subscribe button, that notifications bell, give me that thumbs up, and recommend future videos for me to work on the channel, whether it be a roguelike, whether it be a PS2 game. I'm going to be working on something very cool very soon about a series or a genre, I guess I could say, of video games that I have fallen in love with quite recently, that it is not a roguelike, but if you like classic games, be on the lookout for that video. So up until next time, thank you for watching and supporting. Take care, and I'll be back with more videos on Player One. I'm still here. I haven't left. I'm leaving now.